about
Let's finally get to the high level art movie
yeah,
directed by Sudipto Sen,
Sudipta Sen, of
starring
course,
Ada Sharma, Siddhit Nani, and one more woman whose name I forgot. Uh,
and their
the
respective
Kerala,
yeah.
the Kerala story, not to be
Yeah.
confused with the Kashmir files.
Yeah, yeah, same, similar, very similar naming patterns and agenda, but different movies. So here's the thing, right? I don't, I don't know how much we talked about this earlier. Uh, to discuss the movie, like it's one of those movies to discuss it, you don't need to have watched it because literally nobody is talking about what happens in the movie. Because like even like including people who defend and oppose it, I have watched all videos. Okay, all my opinions now from now on about people talking about Kerala story, they are all bulletproof. I have watched every video about Kerala story.
He has
Okay,
read all theory.
yes, I have read all theory. But so of course, so the thing is, this is something that I wanted to make a short video on, but I guess I'll just talk about it here. So the most popular video on Kerala story, Dhruv Rathi's 16 million view video right now, which allegedly had a better opening than the movie itself. Uh, uh, thanks, Small India Radio Discord. Nice. Shout out to Small India Radio and Bharatiya Janata Podcast. They are also good. Much bigger than us, but yeah,
Cheers,
whatever.
Pratap. I
Yeah,
hope we see you again.
yeah. However, yeah, talking about Dhruv Rathi's video. Dhruv Rathi just decided, okay, cool, see you later, Shilta. Yeah, so Dhruv Rathi decided that I will, I will murder that 32,000 number. Okay, I will personally form a surgical strike team, and I will like बोल कैसे दिया 32,000 से दीप्त सेन ने. ठीक है, it's like that. So he like the entire 20-minute video was spent on like debunking with source after source, national, international, government, non-government sources, all of it. So what it came down to was that okay. Uh, Wait. So somebody is asking, what do you all think of Maoists? And okay, I don't know who Charuda is. I don't care about Maoists. I don't even know why would you ask that. Like of
Mao
course,
isn't real.
yeah, Mao does not exist. However, like I don't know, do we give the impression that we'll be tolerant of tankies on this podcast?
Um,
Uh,
Ukraine was invaded by Russia. Um, uh, China is not socialist. It is de facto a state-run autocracy.
yeah, it's state
Um,
capitalist. Yeah.
it is state capitalist. North Korea is a monarchy.
Yes.
What else? What I think Frank.
Vietnam is a liberal democracy which calls itself like a socialized market economy or whatever. It's all nonsense. They are just a normal liberal like full like a laissez-faire economy. Okay, so that's
Also,
yeah.
Venezuela bad. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I think all the
Vuvuzela,
tankies
100
have
million
kind of
dead.
gone.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
think all the tankies have gone. Bye.
yes. चारू मजूमदार ग्रैंड ओल्ड डैड ऑफ नक्सलिज्म. चारूदा तो दिल में बसते हैं. भाई प्लीज मीम्स डोंट गेट अस इनटू दोज मीम्स. ओके, या it's they call it mixed, it's full free market. Okay, the mixed part of that mixed free market type is cope. They mix their free market economy with copium. Okay, it's just a free market economy, which is like because if that is like mixed, then like India as a socialized free market economy.
India is frankly much closer to a socialized free market
Yeah.
now. I'm not even talking about like Nehru's Fabian stuff. I'm talking now.
Yeah, nonsense. Anyway, wait, chat
Kerala story. Kerala story.
Kerala story. Yeah,
Chat, we will slightly ignore you because we are
yeah,
kind
for
of
some time.
we want to get into this topic.
Yeah, yeah. However, we were talking about this, right?
32,000.
So 32,000. He is like, okay, 32,000 does not happen. Like there isn't a pipeline from Kerala to Syria, and it is like those four cases are isolated incidents, and there has never been any substantial proof. It has all been investigated. It has all been looked into. This did not happen. And and at the starting of the video, very in a very based fashion, he just started off the video with the Nazi comparison. He was like, in 1930, Hitler wrote in his autobiography about the big lie. The part that he left out about the big lie was that
Discourse.
he was not talking about, okay, what I am gonna do. He was talking about what the Jews have done, supposedly, to Germany. That was the context in which he was talking about the big lie. And historians in the future have said that, oh, he might have this might have been like a projection, because this was something that they ultimately did with the Nazi propaganda as well. But so that was like that. Okay, so that's the foundation, right? Now people started responding to it, putting Dhruv Rathi in their thumbnails, not like without even talking about him much in their videos, and all of those videos, 100% of them within the first 5 minutes admitted that, yeah, 32,000 was a fake number. Yeah, we know that. We don't care. Immediately. There is no. And somebody in the chat was earlier like, oh, yeah, Sudipta Sen should be taken to court. He was. And that is the reason why, like, now Kerala story will open with a disclaimer that the 32,000 number has not been substantiated. There's no source for it. Right. And
The
yeah.
problem,
Hmm?
as far as I know,
Yeah.
is even though there is like a big disclaimer on the screen saying that the 32,000 number is, well, fake, the movie still ends with Ada Sharma doing her best Lola Kutti impression,
Yeah.
talking about how mere jaise 32,000 girls have been like taken to Syria and converted to Islam and then are buried like because of America, or I don't know. Like, the I think that is like the big issue because w- this is the kind of situation in which the censor board, like, you get the rationale for why they do what they do, and in this situation they are worthless. So they have they are kind of worthless. So I think I think a lot of I think the issue with the Kerala story is obvious. If you a lot of you may have seen a lot of posters. I have seen a lot of posters like outside talking about like free screenings of the Kerala story or
Hmm.
subsidized screenings or things like that. And typically they are organized by some like big Hindu Baba type character, like complete, like big dudes with orange clothes and things like that. And I don't know. This is a lot of it just seems like Kashmir Files again, except it's flimsier than Kashmir Files. Uh, because Sudipto Sen is, it just seems like much more of a grifter. Of course, Agnihotri also is a grifter, but he seems more incompetent.
So Dipsa
You
Sen
know,
or
Sudipto
uh,
Sen in this context,
okay.
I know Sen has made like non-crap movies in the past, but
Hmm.
in this context, it just seems lazy in a way that Kashmir Files, for all its flaws, was less so.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think they knew they were lying full on. Like, I think this was like a case of in which it was like a complete shameless lying. I don't think even it's like a matter of incompetency. They knew they could get away with
The
it. Yeah.
original, the original 30,000 number, I think I remember because Sen had said that he had gotten the number from Uman Chande. Uh,
Yeah, that
and then
one.
he got it for like he said that he got a number of I think 2,500 to 3,000.
Yeah. But
And I think that number was
it was
something
like
else.
per
And then he
year.
took that number and
Yeah.
multiplied it by 10 for 10.
Yeah. So it was like a figure of per year, and this was in
And this was
2000.
like a total number or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so he projected it, as you said. The multiplication of 10 was because he projected that number to since then till now. And I think the statement was in 2012. So he was like 2012 to 2022. Every year it must have been the same. So let's multiply it by 10. Which goes against every like
Every statistical
yeah,
rule in history.
yeah, this
Maybe trends are like a Muslim conspiracy.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Statistics jihad.
Yeah. That is the reason why they are not doing. Yeah, that is the reason why they are not doing census. Counting, population counting is Islamic propaganda. It's all like nothing. It's just all. It's all Hindus. It's fine. Uh, Hindu खतरे में. That is the only
Uh,
thing you need to know.
Everybody is a Hindu and also Hindu Khatri. You know.
Yes. But yeah, it's the reason why I said, right. So because the beautiful thing was that Varun, no, I keep saying Varun, Dhruv Rati in his video, the reason why he was talking about the big lie, the way that he said it was that okay, they will do this thing that okay, they will inflate a number to such a degree, and then people will think that okay, maybe even this full number is not true. 10% of it might be true, 1% of it might be true. Okay, and it's not true at all.
Plus you can do the sort of you can do the sort of bullshit moral, not pearl clutching, right?
Hmm.
Like even if you say the number is less and like significantly less, do you not care about this thing? Even one girl going and being converted and dying in Syria is a tragedy. Like, you know,
Yeah, that is
it's
what people did. That was like in his response to response video, which was like, okay, somebody, some like I again, some old uncle was like, देखिए ध्रुव राठी ने कैसे बोल दिया कि सिर्फ 3 ही लड़कियों के साथ ऐसा हुआ है, 3 लड़कियों के साथ ऐसा हुआ है, 3 लड़कियों के साथ एक के साथ भी होना बहुत ज़्यादा है. एंड इट्स लाइक okay, so the how Dhruv Rathi responded to it was that okay, when I said only, I meant only as compared to 32,000. I don't think this is a this is an insignificant thing. Okay, which is at his size, of course, that is what he'll say.
I obviously he has to, because you cannot like you will have people always like bitching at you about how you think three girls getting three girls getting converted and groomed essentially into ISIS is a good thing, because you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But
But no,
but
no, no.
like
The
I mean,
reason,
I would say
yeah,
it is
yeah.
it's just this sort of thing, right? Like when you say that when you that is the kind of thing you do when like you don't have a point.
Yeah,
Uh,
but that's the thing. The people who quote unquote responded to Dhruv Rathi's Kerala story video did
mhm.
like the exact thing that he said these people will do, or that the movie is doing. So within the first 5 minutes, they're like, okay, yeah, this number is made up, but ऐसा तो है नहीं कि हो नहीं रहा. As like this, so they're doing the exact thing that okay, maybe this 32,000 is too much, but maybe 10% of it is true, maybe 1% of it is true. Even even that is a big number, right? And it's like, and it's all again the reason why this was a segue to this topic is because if you watch long enough, it was never about that just about this thing, right? Because what is their issue? Their issue is not really conversion. Their issue is the existence of Muslim people at all. And because all of their videos are like concluded with look at how bad these people are in all those other countries, look at all throughout history how many bad things they have done, right? And even people like people who are more level headed, quote unquote level headed, kind of giving the response, because there is another guy called something Sham Kumar, I
Sham
think.
Sharma. Sham Sharma?
No, no, not Sham Sharma. He's Sham something,
Kumar
like
Sham.
Kumar Sham, I think. Uh, you might know his name.
I'm aware of Kumar Sham, yeah.
Yeah, so he made like this very, yeah, Kumar Sham, that he was like, okay, I am going to ask a very sensible question. That, like, even in your video, you're saying it only happened with 3 people. That disproves your point that this is not a problem. That was like he thought he did something there, because in this because when of course Dhruv Rathi did not respond to his video because his channel is like not big enough. He like made another video that why did you not answer my questions?
He celebrated defeat, argumentum and unpopularity.
Yes. So he made another videos like why, okay, how can you say that only the popular videos have good points? Why did you not respond to my questions? I am again asking those questions. He was so proud of this question. He was like, in your own video you admitted this happened with 4 people. Why is this not a problem? So what do you do at this point? What is left?
it's just it's I don't know. I just feel like people, when people say something like this, it is bad faith. I don't know. Like, nobody. There are far more than, like, there are a lot of crimes which happen much more often and involve Muslim victims, and nobody says that they are irrelevant because and because there are only, a lot of time people do say they are irrelevant because there are only, like, say 15,000 of them. I think i think i think a lot of times you kind of, I think something like this is definitely bad faith. You cannot argue that four cases in one over a billion, four cases in over a billion people is substantial pattern. When you're talking about governance, like, yes, each case is a tragedy, but I mean, four cases is not a four cases not a societal level problem.
Yeah, and this is something that again, like I can't believe I am defending Dorati so much, but this is he did a good thing here, because again at the end he was like, okay, we have to understand, we have to give women agency, and these women might just be bad people. Have we considered that?
Yeah, and that's fine. That happens. That what happens when you live in a society that allows for some, at least some degree of free will. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess the issue is, what do you do? Like that. I think that is a question that a lot of that people should be asked. This is a problem that has affected approximately four people.
Yeah. Uh,
What will you do that will not cause that will not cause problems, either first order, second order, even third order,
mhm.
to a number that is tens, if not hundreds of thousands, that times that number.
Yeah. They don't consider
Like you
that a
might argue
bad
that
thing.
this is
Yeah.
ghoul behavior, quote unquote, but, like, I mean, you cannot make policy based on four people.
Yeah, and like, yeah, of course, and that is really a question to ask. That okay, what do you, if you identify this as a problem, you're like, okay, even four things a problem.
Like, आपका
What is your,
solution क्या है?
yeah, what is your policy prescription now? What should be done? You want everybody in India to be aware of it. What do you expect to happen? What do you expect the people to do about it? Because people who are coming out after watching this movie are like, हम जो करेंगे ना इसको देखने के बाद वो न्यूज़ में आ जाएगा, राइट? लाइक वेरी वेरी क्लियरली threatening violence, right? And it's like, so of course you are not stupid people, you know what you are doing. It's like, it's not, you don't want to, you're not so much aiming for a systemic solution. Because here is another thing: when you highlight such big crime problems with the Muslim community, you have to understand crime is a problem for the Muslim community itself as well. So what everything that you're talking about, mistreatment of women, on abuse and all, like all such things, according to you, human trafficking is prescribed in their religion, according to you, right? It's like, first of all, like, if that is not how the world works, people don't commit crime for religious reasons, like not
I mean,
not
people do commit crimes for religious reasons, but, like, the vast majority of, like, driving factors tend to be, no, like, non-religious, or at least not completely
or
religious.
at least when we talk about organized crime, when people organizing like entire like networks, rings of crime, of things like drugs, trafficking, human trafficking, extortion, all these things, these are not like, oh, we are doing it in the name of whatever called, right? It's like, most like they might pretend, but it's mostly the what is driving them is the same base human emotions: greed and sometimes like bad circumstances that they have grown up in, right? And so, but essentially the thing is like, okay, do you want things to resolve, or do you just want Muslims gone? Because what you're doing is not talking about any constructive solutions at all. Even if you say that we refuse to not consider this a problem, what is your solution, right? It was,
Because again, you have to remember, and when you talk about systemic solutions, you have to always remember scale.
yeah,
You
yeah.
Whatever systemic solution you push is going to have impacts, first order impacts, second order impacts, third order impacts, and that is going to affect a vast number of people. Are you okay with it affecting vast numbers of people for a circumstance that has affected 4 people? If
That's
yes,
yeah.
I am skeptical of your belief that of the reasons why you want that action.
Yep. They don't want a policy action. They want people to rise up. They want like full on the same level of community. They like what happened in 1991 Ayodhya is like their wet dreams. They want a return to that. Yeah, early 90s. Basically, this Babri Masjid demolition.